Coming up today, hot dish. We say goodbye to Mare of Easttown. We say hello again to Dexter, and bravo to A Quiet Place. Then, the behind-the-scenes story of the battle over The Tonight Show between Jay Leno and Conan O'Brien. And searching for the best gift for dad or grad, the Gadget Guy has the, well, hottest gadgets of the season. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Pine City. Good morning, Waconia. Good morning, Bradford. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and Long John Silver's Employee of the Month. She's a chicken plank. There she is, Kendall Martin.
All right. What are those things called? Crispies?
The little Crispies.
I give extra Crispies.
That's right. You sound like Jessica Rabbit today. It's very nice.
I sound terrible.
What's wrong? Are you all right? Do we need medical attention? Should
I blame Cody Matz.
Well, it's always fun to blame the weather people.
It is.
Why is Cody to blame for your voice?
I don't think I actually got this, but I have a cold. And
okay.
Cody has a cold, and he had it first, so.
I mean, if 1 + 1 = Cody.
That's what I'm saying. We sit next to each other.
Oh. Well, you sound great, though.
Thanks.
Yeah. Can I tell you, you never know. Well, you sometimes know. I mean, we sometimes guess of what's going to resonate with all of you watching. Mm-hmm. We try things. Some things float. Some things sink like the Titanic. But I never can guess what people will fixate on. Mm-hmm. Like over the weekend, we got more emails about your red lipstick than we did like Ted's food list. People loved that. Can you tell the people where you got that again?
Yes. I think it's like the all-time greatest seller at MAC, and it's not me being dramatic. I actually think it is. It's called Ruby Woo. It's a red lipstick. They've had it forever. They like win awards over it. But if you go to MAC and you're like, what's that red lipstick everyone talks about?
They'll know.
They'll know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing, and I thought that we had covered this 700 times.
Yeah.
But we're still covering it. We got 2 more emails over the weekend. Why do you stand while I get to sit? Now, the smart aleck answer, now this is what, the smart aleck answer is what, Kendall? Name on the floor.
Yes.
It's the Jason Show.
Yep.
But the real answer is, A, it's a production choice.
Yep.
That's the sidekick position. And number 2, more importantly,
I prefer to stand. I think it looks kind of funny when I'm sitting sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I wear a lot of dresses, and it's just not a good angle.
Yeah, this woman, and it's always very sweet ladies who are very concerned about your health.
I know.
And the fact that you have to stand.
Well, it is how I got a cold. I got a cold from standing
See,
here.
now this is what you're going to do. You're going to get me in trouble again. We're going to get emails about this again.
No, it really, truly is. It is a preference thing. It's a production thing. If I was uncomfortable, because I've had knee surgery while on the show, and I sat when I needed to sit.
Well, and eventually what's funny is, and I don't even think I said this to Ted, and I'm not referencing Jeff this week, because our executive producer is gone this week. So, yeah. No. Did you mean to applaud that?
Tyler.
Oh, shady. Jeff's not here, and the crew is rebelling. Anyway, but, my dream eventually, and I hope we'll get to do this, with our new general manager, whoever that will be, I would like, eventual redo of the set. Mm-hmm. And you know this.
Yep.
I want to do it a little bit like Johnny, a little bit like the Rosie O'Donnell show with the desk and the 3 chairs and a platform and a little curtain. Eventually, you're going to be sitting then. I hope you don't mind. We'll make it beautiful.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
But then the emails will stop too. So.
Then and that'll be money well spent by the Fox Corporation.
Yes, it will.
That's right, to whoever our new boss will be. Let's get started. Roll it, Steve. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go.
Hello.
I thought I would say hello to the spoon today. Hey, movie theaters aren't dead yet. That's it. That's the show. Stay tuned for Wendy Williams. No, they're not dead yet. Thanks to John Krasinski and Emily Blunt over the weekend, A Quiet Place Part 2 dropped and smashed. Kendall, listen to this. All box office projections. The movie debuted with $57 million at the box office. That beat anybody's guess. Everybody was like, maybe 12 million. It was the first big weekend since the pandemic began. Now, for comparison, the original Quiet Place didn't make as much in the opening weekend. Cruella earned 26 million, even though it was available also on streaming on Disney Plus. I mean, $30. So that's a really, really good sign. It makes me happy. Look, I've made a career out of jokingly complaining about life's little annoyances, one of those being idiot people in movie theaters. But you're with me, right?
Yeah.
People talking. I don't want you talking behind me. I'm paying $40.
Right.
Shut up. I don't care about what you think about the movie. Shut up.
Nope.
I don't even like to say that, but when there's people talking, shut up. Anyway, but I love the movie-going experience. I do. I think you can't duplicate it. For comedies, what's better than sitting in a theater with like a Bridesmaids movie and everybody is laughing with you?
Right.
You can't duplicate that in your living room. This makes me happy.
No, even and the big blockbuster movies.
Yeah,
Those are the
Star
ones I
Wars,
always love
yes.
to see. It's like it's so loud and like your chair is shaking. I don't care how nice of a setup you have. It's probably not as cool as the theater.
No.
But I had our neighbors went and saw that. They said it was really, really good. And they're like horror movie people who like would tell me if it's not good.
Yeah.
Really
I want to
good.
see it. I had every intention on seeing it this weekend, but the cabin just
Called.
The cabin called, and we were going to go there if the weather kind of crapped out.
Yeah.
It was decent. That was our backup plan. But we didn't need the backup plan because margaritas were the first plan, and we were able to accomplish that.
And they just kind of swiveled you in the correct direction.
That's right. Had a lot of lime juice this weekend. Next in the dish, HBO Max crashed on Sunday night as millions tuned in to watch the finale for Mare of Easttown. Here's a clip from the preview for the final episode, and we'll talk about it.
7551 Delcom. Send available cars to the area.
The place down by the lake, down by the lake, down by the lake. The monster I can see.
Maybe you could be my mom for a second and give me some advice.
Just had a subject flee from me. She obstructed a murder investigation.
Do you think maybe you're ready now to finally face what you're avoiding?
Kate Winslet getting praise all over the place for her role in the series. It's done. I don't want to ruin it for folks. I'll keep this very generic. Now that it's completed, now I can say this with confidence and knowledge. Tip to tail, north, south, east, west, top to bottom, round and round. You spin me. A near perfect show.
Wow.
Near perfect. I would almost say perfect. It's probably one of my favorite things HBO's ever put out there.
Stop it. But you don't like Game of Thrones, so
No, I don't. No, I do not. No,
nothing
I
can
do not.
touch that.
Nothing. Well, let's be clear. I don't know about that. Have you watched Mare of Easttown?
Have you watched Game of Thrones?
Yeah, and I gave up on it because I needed subtitles. There are too many people. Then it's like, is that what's
need
the
a
name of
map.
that dragon? And then that brother and the sister, they're lovers. What? No, I don't need that.
Oh, I thought it was highly entertaining. However, okay, I do want to ask you about this show. Sorry, it's the throat. Sometimes it stops working. How many episodes is this?
There's 7.
That's it, and that's the
easy.
whole
It's
series?
an easy commitment. It's an easy commitment. It's harder to commit to this show than it is to watch. This is every day, and I'm sorry about that. But it's harder to commit to this show than it is. All joking aside, though,
Yeah.
Kate Winslet, if she doesn't win, if they don't win every award,
Yes.
I say this every year about one show or movie, if Mare of Easttown doesn't win everything, they should shut it down. The Emmy people, they should shut it down and turn it into a Lady Foot Locker.
Only the Lady Foot Locker. That was my other question, though. If you think that this is going to be like they win this, they win
should
this,
be.
they win this, they win this.
There's nobody better than Kate Winslet. Done. We're done. You close the envelope. There's nobody better. This show, it's hard to land the plane. You know what I mean? These
Yeah.
whodunits. It's hard to land that plane. It's hard to make it realistic and to surprise the audience. They did both beautifully. And then what the show is really about was also a surprise. Oh, it's really a show about blank.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
In the best way.
Okay.
In a beautiful way. It's about relationships. So, bravo to the team at Mare of Easttown. Next in the dish, sad news in Hollywood over the weekend. Gavin MacLeod passed away. He was, as they call him, a journeyman actor for years before hitting it big time in 1970 at age 40. Think about that. He started the Mary Tyler Moore Show as Murray, and then in 77, when that show wrapped, he moved over to ABC to star, I'm going to say it like that announcer on ABC, The Love Boat. He was Captain Steubing right there. Gavin was 90 years old. He's one of those, I always talk about, you're lucky enough as an actor to get one role that you're known for, and there's a very small constellation of stars where you have two roles. My buddy Larry Hagman's one of them. I Dream of Jeannie, Dallas. Gavin MacLeod's another one. I mean, here in Minneapolis, he's Murray. He holds a special place in our heart. WJM was based on WCCO, if folks didn't know that. And then The Love Boat, everybody, even if you were too young,
I've heard The Love Boat,
you've heard,
yes.
Everyone's heard The Love Boat.
Right.
And it still has one of the best themes ever. Would you like me to sing it to you in the commercial break?
If you could sing it now, I think everyone would love it.
Love, exciting and new. Come aboard. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Stay with us. I want ratings. I don't want people turning off. There's plenty of hot dish left. Coming up next, the battle for the Tonight Show was dirtier than we thought. It's Leno versus Conan. Then our favorite serial killer with a heart is back. A fresh look at the Dexter reboot. And they are the gadgets dads and grads will want this season, and the Gadget Guy will tell you what they are and how to find them. That and more when the Jason Show continues.
We haven't had an exciting new serial in what feels like 100 years. Remember how thrilling serial news used to be? Remember when Trix tried to unite a divided country by introducing Wild Berry Blue, a new fruit shape that wasn't just red or blue, but both? Of course you do. It was as controversial as it was delicious, and it represented what cereal could be at its best. In the last 10 years, there has been exactly one good cereal commercial, and it's this one, which is 30 seconds of sheer perfection.
No way.
No, really, I think I could dunk on you.
Maybe, but I bet I love Kellogg's Frosted Flakes more than you.
You are funny.
It's the truth, Tony.
Come on, buddy, my picture's on the box. Tiebreaker. Who's got the deeper voice?
They're great. I win.
I win.
I win, Tony.
Oh, you're cute when you're wrong.
And I still love these more than you.
No way.
Same time tomorrow, Tony?
Yeah, see you then, buddy.
All right, love you.
Love you more.
Excellent. That is, start to finish, a perfect cereal commercial, because it
is. John Oliver sharing his love of cereal. They're off this week. A web-only little clip there. He actually called on Cheerios to tweet profanity to spice things up. And if they did that, he would give $25,000 to a charity of their choice. They said no, but promised to donate $50,000 to the No Kid Hungry campaign.
Aww.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that. Cereal used to be, I don't know about you. I don't know, my mother, hi Dar, I love you. I'll see you later. Bringing her coffee. Anyway, Dar breakfast was a very large deal in our house when I was in elementary school. She forced me to eat eggs, like a balanced breakfast. She thought it was important. And then all bets were off in junior high. I could eat whatever I want. And eating cereal used to be a giant, huge deal. You'd sit at the table with a bowl the size of an outdoor swimming pool. And then you would, as you were eating, you would, mindlessly eating, just shoveling it in, you would stare at the back of the box.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Whatever was on the back of the box,
Yes.
it could be a medical pamphlet and you would still read it. Oh, I love cereal.
It was so fun. They always had like the little games on the back. That was so classic. Did you drink the milk?
Yeah, until I realized I was lactose intolerant. But there's a Jason Health fun fact, but I didn't know. I did for a while.
Okay.
I don't even know, do kids still eat cereal? Parents, do you guys still let your kids eat cereal?
I think they do.
They do. It still sells. I am always shocked, though, about how expensive cereal is.
Really?
It is like a mortgage payment. Raisin Nut Brand, my favorite cereal.
Yeah.
Like $12 a box.
They went through like a crisis. People during lockdown were
Yeah.
like obsessed with it and you couldn't get it anywhere.
Watch this. Audience, you ready for this? Hey, Ted, do you like any cereal? Chex. The Chex cereal.
What? Who eats the Chex cereal? You
Ted.
only make
I mean,
it with mix. Chex
Yeah,
mix.
he eats sandpaper and air and then Chex. That's about it.
What?
Next in the dish, it was the episode of the story of late night we had been waiting for, the Jay Leno, Conan O'Brien Tonight Show transition debacle, and how the other late night hosts had a lot of fun with it, including this guy.
I've known Jay Leno for, 35 years, a long, long time. And we used to buddy around in the old days, and what we're seeing now is kind of vintage Jay. And it's enjoyable for me to see this. It's like, hey, there he is. There's the guy I know. So last night, Jay gave his State of the Network speech.
He did.
And
State of the Network. State of the Network.
And I saw
State of the Network.
And he said that we should not blame Conan for what's going on.
Don't blame Conan.
Don't blame Conan for what's going on. And I said to myself, no one is blaming Conan.
I was going to say,
No one is blaming Conan. Kimmel also poked fun at Jay and actually went on Jay's primetime show and kept bringing up the drama. So if you don't know what happened was, in 2004, Conan, who was hosting Late Night, was getting a lot of offers from other networks, okay? He was hot. Fox, ABC, come over, come over. So NBC, in a bid to keep him happy and Jay Leno, who had The Tonight Show, they said, okay, Conan, we're going to give you The Tonight Show in 5 years, okay? They went to Jay and they said, hey, Jay, we're going to give Conan The Tonight Show in 5 years because we don't want to lose him. And Jay was like, oh, okay, that's fine. But then 5 years later, Jay Leno, to his credit, was still number one, still beating David's butt. So then NBC was like, oh, crap. So they gave Conan The Tonight Show, only gave him about 4 months to succeed, which is unfair. Takes a long time for a show to, Jay himself, he took over The Tonight Show, took him 2 years before he could beat Letterman. Anyway, so then they put Jay Leno on in primetime every day of the week, which is basically neutered The Tonight Show. You basically have The Tonight Show leading into The Tonight Show. Oh. So then Conan walked. And then you really see how dirty that deal was. Like how and I thought it at the time, but even watching this, it's even more clear to me. They did Conan wrong. Give the dude more than 4 months because Letterman was beating him, but Letterman was going to retire soon. Give him time to develop his version of The Tonight Show. He would have been fine.
Did you get a lot of like the inside dish?
Yes.
So people who were around there
Absolutely.
like, this is what happened.
Oh, yeah. You talk to his executive producer, Conan's. You talk to Leno's executive producer. You get the perspective on both, you know? Right. You realize Jay's a good guy, but NBC messed this up. They should never have promised Conan. They should never have done that to Jay, and they should never have done that to Conan.
They were just being
greedy.
greedy.
5 years, yeah. They wanted to keep both of them. No. Let Conan go on. If you want to keep Jay there, which they should, he was number one, then don't promise Conan something that you're not willing to stand by. You know? By the way, do you want this show in 5 years?
I don't know if they can change the floor fast enough.
They can. It's 5 years. How about 3, actually? I'm looking at 3. Round 10, round number.
Hey.
That's not a really round number. Anyway, next in the dish, Showtime dropped a teaser for the much needed reboot. I call it a continuation, really, because they need to fix it, of Dexter. The limited series is coming back this fall. Look at this.
Morning, Jimmy.
What's up, Jimbo?
Hey, Mr. Lindsay.
Morning, Zach. Becca.
Mr. Lindsay.
Scott.
Lindsay.
That's right. Michael C. Hall's back as America's favorite serial killer with a heart.
Such a weird sentence.
I know.
Favorite serial killer.
With a heart. Anyone that's watched it, I don't want to ruin it for people that are just discovering, because I want you to discover Dexter if you haven't watched it. Like Dar. My mother loves these type of shows. She powered through Dexter in I don't know, Mom, tell me how long. I think it was like a week she powered through all 6 or 7. Anyway, the last season was horrible. And the series finale was one of the worst ever. They left Dexter in a dumb place. This is going to fix it. I'm so excited. You watched everything except for
Yeah.
the final season, right?
Yes, yeah, because I watched it late.
Yeah.
And then I heard that the final season was bad, so then I just jumped off ship
Yeah.
before it could ruin it.
Yeah, it was so good. And that's, I reference this a lot. That series finale is one of those examples where you can have a really great show for 4 or 5 years, but a bad series finale can almost ruin and tarnish the reputation of the show in general. I do. When I think of Dexter, sadly, I don't automatically think about the great season with John Lithgow. I think of how crappy the series finale was.
I think that, and I know I bring up Game of Thrones a lot, but I am a huge
No.
fan, and I do think about Game of Thrones that way. I'm like, it was amazing, and it just, I don't want to watch it again.
Were you really? Did it really ruin it for you?
It was pretty awful. Yeah, I mean, it was like, everything is led to this, and then you're going to do this?
Yeah, and you're not alone. I hear from a lot of
Yeah.
Throne fans.
Oh, it was awful.
Next in the dish, fans of Friends are still observing that reunion that dropped on HBO Max last week. It was so good. And one country is expressing its love for one of the characters. Apparently, Irish Twitter, I love reading this sentence, Irish Twitter is obsessed with Matt LeBlanc. People from the Emerald Isle say Matt looks like the stereotypical Irish uncle. A heart of gold, drinks like a fish, and full of dry wit. Matt, by the way, is not Irish. He's actually French-Italian. It's hard. I mean, you look at Uncle Joey there, but when you watch Friends, and even before he got Friends, LeBlanc was like on teen magazines. He was wanted for, like, he was in those horrible, like, B-grade, almost dirty movies,
Yes.
like those cop movies that Blockbuster could carry, but they had a little warning on it, you know?
Yeah, or like the special room.
Well, that was dirtier, seedier video
Okay.
stores. I don't know where you were hanging out in your teenage years, but Blockbuster didn't have the back room with the curtain.
Oh,
I
the
don't know what
video
kind of
store in Red
Blockbuster
Wing
in
did.
Red Wing. Yeah, well, mine did too. It was called Uncle Lairs.
What was ours called? It was like Video Plus.
Video Plus.
They had tanning too.
Tanning. Oh my goodness, you could
You
get
could rent a movie and go tanning.
You could rent The Big Lebowski, get a tan,
Yeah.
and rent a dirty movie and all in one place.
Check it all out.
Why didn't I
$5.99.
grow up in Red Wing? I would have loved.
Good stuff.
Yeah. We had a place called Curtis Mathis in Indiana. Curtis Mathis, have you ever heard of it?
No.
No, it was a video store back in the 80s.
Well, again,
I know, you weren't even a ripple in your parents' eye back then.
No.
Next in the dish, the divorce between Jay Cutler and Kristen Calamari has hit a snag. The two have been married for 7 years and they have 3 kids and announced their split last year. The hiccup in their giddy-up involves their business, her business rather, let me get that right, called Uncommon James. According to TMZ, the brand was launched while they were married. During their show, Very Calavallari, he would joke that he owned half the business. Then she would basically roll her eyes. Well, she's not rolling her eyes now because the two don't have a prenup. Lawyers are probably combing through all that footage right about now. You know these two knuckleheads. Is that, I mean, let me just ask you, because I don't know these two.
yeah.
Do you think he deserves any part of it?
No. Well, from what we saw as fans.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what we saw. She started the business like with 2 employees, just herself, and it's expanded into this massive empire because, hey, she's like your girl Bethany. I mean, she's a smart businesswoman
She is.
and she gets a show to propel her career, and then she says, okay, I'm done with the show, and just keeps floating her business. And he didn't really do anything. It came up a lot in the show.
Are they in California, do you know?
No, they're in Nashville.
Oh, see, I don't know what the divorce laws are in Tennessee, because in California, it's split right down the middle.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know Tennessee. I'm not versed on Tennessee divorce laws.
Well,
Tyler, how about you? Do you know any Tennessee divorce lawyers?
Yeah, can we call someone?
Google that for me, would you please? We're gonna take a break. We have the Gadget Guy coming up. We're gonna go to a wolf place.
Yeah.
I don't even know any. Eric went by himself. I don't know. Wolf Place and gadgets when we come back. Back after this. Welcome back on this Tuesday. That feels like a Monday, right, y'all? It does. It's dad and grad season, so if you're looking for gifts to get your new graduate or the dad in your life, we got you covered. Joining us with some of his favorite picks for the season, one of our favorites, there he is, the host of What the Heck Is That? The Gadget Guy, Steve Greenberg. Hi, buddy.
Hey, Jason, good to see you, and thanks for having me on. And I'm just going back for a little bit. I, too, am a cereal guy.
Look at that.
Cereal every day. Love my cereal. I'm never more than 10 feet from a box of cereal.
Are you?
So I want to make that very clear.
I always like to check where you are. Are you in your beautiful home in Miami?
I'm in Miami right now. I head back to New York in a couple of days, and to look out the window there.
Yeah, let's see the view.
It's a gorgeous day in Miami. Look at that. I know.
Steve, we just on the air impromptu. We put the transition plan in place for the Jason Show. Kendall's going to get custody of it in 3 years. So can you start looking for a place in your building for us to move? I would like to be your neighbor.
Absolutely. I'd love to. I'll look for you. We have some good deals here right now. So
Perfect.
I'll talk to you about it. We can figure that out. I'd love to have you here.
Dads and grads.
So
Let's get going.
Dads and grads. Okay, so what would be a cooler gift than being able to put on a temporary tattoo, almost any image you want? Well, that's the idea behind this product right here. This is called Prinker, and this is the world's first mobile digital temporary tattoo device. It's really simple. It syncs up with your phone. I think we have some video of, you can see it going onto my arm. I put a rose on my arm. It's both waterproof and soap washable, meaning when you go in the pool, you come right out and it doesn't come off. But if you add a little soap and water, it comes right off. They have 8,000 different patterns you can choose from, but also you can take any pattern you want. So here it comes, Jason. My logo, as you know, what the heck is that? I put it on my arm. So you can take anything you want and make it into a tattoo. So this is great for a dad or a grad. Really a cool idea. Brand new, nothing ever like it. By the way, the ink is FDA approved, and it's cruelty-free, and it's safe for your skin. So it's got a lot of cool stuff going for it. Prinker.
And
yes.
it's $269, right, my friend? $269?
Yeah, that's the one price. I think that's for the black and white version, a little bit more for the color version. But
Perfect.
It gives you a lot of options there. And I'm telling you, you can put it anywhere. It's pretty cool.
What's next?
Okay, next. Dads like earbuds. I'm wearing some right now. These are on the market, the smallest, lightest earbuds out there. They're called Earrin 3, A3s, and you can see they're really tiny. And they're wireless charge, so you can just put them down and wirelessly charge, or you can plug them into charging, which is great too. Forbes magazine said they're the most comfortable earbuds out there. And one of the reasons is open design, meaning the earbuds actually sit outside the ear canal, so your ears don't get tired after wearing them for a while. I really love them. Earrin A3s, very cool. About $200 or so.
Let me ask you, because I like AirPods, though I have some. I have a weird ear shape, so they are uncomfortable. How do they fit? Is it snug in the ear, buddy?
It fits straight. I don't feel them falling out. And I also have a problem, especially with the traditional ones, the ones from Apple. They hurt after a few minutes. My ears start to hurt. I have to keep switching, using one then the other. These I can wear for a very long time. They don't bother me because they're sitting kind of like resting just outside the ear almost. But they're so small that it really doesn't stick out that much. They're pretty cool. Earrin A3s.
Airfly.
Okay, next. This is AirFly Pro. And this little gadget, you plug it into either the gym equipment you're working on or your in-flight entertainment system on your airplane, the backseat there. You plug it in there, and then it sends a wireless signal to your headphones or your earbuds. So this way, instead of having a wire when you're in the gym or in the airplane, this solves that problem for you. AirFly Pro, really cool, lightweight, very easy just to throw into a gym bag or into your backpack when you're on an airplane. I've used these, they work great.
I was gonna say, there's the sound quality, there's no disruption in the sound quality?
Not at all, and it's just a small, I believe it's using a Bluetooth signal right to, because you're not gonna be that far from it. So it's great if you're on the treadmill or an airplane, it works really, really well. But staying on the airplane, with that transition, this right over here, this is called the Sky Clip. And this is pretty cool because this clips onto the tray, and we have some video of it, the tray on the plane, and it gives you a little ledge then to put your phone in or a tablet so you can watch, if you want to watch your own entertainment system when you're flying, this lets you do it. And it's really great. I've used this on a few flights already. It folds up and just fits into a little bag like this. Very small, about $10 from the Sky Clip. Great, especially for that road warrior dad.
Oh, Steve, this is one of those things, you have it every so often. One of the things of why didn't you and I think of this, Steve? Why didn't we think of this?
We could be rich right now instead of doing this, right? I
know. Again, 3-year plan.
We got another one over here.
Okay.
Over this way. Okay, this is called the Sofa Stud. I've been called the Sofa Stud too, but that's another story. This is called the Sofa Stud. And actually, it's great for that couch potato you love. So I would rename it the Sofa Spud. But the way this works, you put this right in here like this, and you put this right here like this, and now you've got a place for your favorite beverage, a glass for your beverage, right in your couch. So you can continue to chill and not worry about spill.
Oh, Dad, I love that's $11, right? That's cheap.
Yeah, it's $11, sofastud.com.
Hey, Steve, what's the name of your show again? I want to get one more shameless plug in before we go to the first commercial break.
Here we go. What the heck is that? And I'm going to strip for you before you go to the break.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go.
You know I have to do that. That's part of, I've seen Jason. I right away go.
I know. Oh, my goodness.
GadgetGameShow.com. Subscribe. Check it out.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun. I promise. But we have more gadgets coming up.
I know. You're the only guest. You're the only guest in our show's history that puts their shameless plug on a T-shirt. I love it. That's why you're you.
I can't count on the lower third from the control room. I got to do it myself.
Oh!
I love the control room. I'm joking, guys. You know I'm joking. I'm sending love. I'm just joking.
You can depend on it today. Leo's off. That's what I'm going to say. We're going to take a break. Like Steve said, more Gadget Guy when we return. Back in a moment. Wow, throwing shade at the control room. Only we can do that, Kendall. We're back with our buddy, the Gadget Guy, Steve Greenberg. Okay, Steve. Steve, what's the name of your show again? I don't know. I forgot it in the commercial break. Gadget Guy.
What the heck is that?
That's right.
GadgetGameShow.com. It's that simple.
Easy Hold. What is the Easy Hold, Steve?
Okay, it's these little silicone things just like this. And what you do is you attach them to your fishing pole, your all your tools and whatnot, your tennis racket, and it makes holding these things a lot easier. It takes a lot of stress and strain out of it. It's especially great for an older dad, but really for anybody. So whether it's for cleaning up the car or a paint job, this really makes it easier. You're not sitting there constantly having a grip on it. Not expensive, and just a great way to, do some chores around the house. I could see a lot of folks getting a lot out of this. It's a pretty cool little mom and pop company came up with it. Easy Hold.
That is, and it's the price at $12.99 is around what you're going to pay. Okay.
Yeah, that's the starting price for a set of two. Okay, next. So that weekend warrior, this might be perfect for you. This is called Hurt Skirt. And what this is, you put this either in a microwave or in the freezer. This one put in the freezer, and it turns harder, but then you can then put it on your arm. So let's say you got a bad elbow like that. It unbelievably works great. This thing has been super high reviews. It's absolutely amazing. And like you said, you can make it heat or cold. And if you've got like a bum knee, a wrist, an elbow,
wow,
this is a great way to go. And they come in some fun colors, which is kind of neat. And it's just a smart idea. Another smart idea.
I was going to say that is genius, and especially with the different designs. What a great idea! That's people are going to buy that, Steve.
This Hurt Skirt. I'm a big fan of it. Okay, next, this little gadget right here. I first was like, what the heck is that? And this is basically, it's called Shave Rescue. This cleans your shaver. So you can suction it inside the sink when you fill it with water or on the side. So after you do some shaving, you just kind of clean the bristles out instead of hitting on the side of the sink or whatever you use. I know it's not, you're not doing as much shaving these days, but for those of us who shave every day or shave every day, this is really a kind of a must-have, I think. Shave Rescue, great dad kind of gift.
That is a good one. I would use that. And finally, the full-page illuminated desktop magnifier. That's really long.
I know. I'm glad you said it. I think they need a cuter name, but it's from Hammacher Schlemmer, and it magnifies something 3 times. So, for example, shameless plug for a book, Gadget Nation. You can put the book right in there. It's for a magazine. It has a light built into it, which is kind of nice. I'm going to give you some light on the situation. And it even has a little thing here to hold the pages down so you can kind of keep it in its place. And it's also great for using your smartphone. So you can take a program that you're watching your phone, put it underneath here, set it up, and you can then see it much bigger than you saw it before. And in fact, one program you might want to watch on that would be, what the heck is that on YouTube? So,
I'm sorry, and I don't think the viewers caught it, Steve. What's the name of your book again? I don't think that you moved the cover so fast, buddy, that I don't think the viewers caught it.
Hold it, the book. Gadget Nation, still available online and audio and soft cover, and the game show,
Yeah.
GadgetGameShow.com. Come on.
I'm going to end with a compliment that's a joke, poking fun at you in a good way. The last time you were on, my poor mother, you showed this dryer thing that you throw in the dryer and it collects all the dog hair. This is how popular you are, Steve. This is how much America loves you. You did our show. My mother immediately went on Amazon, couldn't find it. Everywhere was sold out. She went to every store imaginable. This is not a joke. This is hashtag the power of Steve Greenberg. She just now got one, and you were on, I don't know, 2 months ago. So that's you.
Well, and a lot of it is also, I mean, a lot of these companies that I like to showcase are, these are small companies.
Yeah.
So they don't have, sometimes it takes a while to refurbish their stock. So that's why it can be like that.
Yep.
I mean, that's why their websites are, you're like, you're not gonna find them in a name brand store. So that's part of my shtick, is that I really like to take the small businesses and bringing them forward to giving them the promotion they could never get on their own. So
Well, you did that, and my mother says thank you. Thank you, Steve.
Well, my pleasure. Jason, take care. Stay safe. Great seeing you again.
Follow him on social media to search for Steve Greenberg. And for the 80th time, watch his YouTube show by going to GadgetGameShow.com. Kendall, you got that? GadgetGameShow.com. Thank you. We're going to a wolf place when we return. Back in a moment. There is a house in Minneapolis that has become very popular on Airbnb. The Wolf House was the home of a local artist who used it as her canvas for 35 years. Photographer Eric takes us inside this unique space. Look at this.
My name is Annette Skibout. I am a creative writer, musician, and I run this place called Bella Luna Studios at the Wolf House in Minneapolis. Lori Svedberg lived in this house for 35 years, and she covered obviously every inch of the house in rocks and murals, and it was kind of her project for decades. And in 2015, she moved to Palm Springs, and the house went on the market. Someone posted on Facebook that this weird art house was up for sale. I walked in, and it was crazy. There were realtors and people making offers on the house. But I just walked in here and said, this place is so unique and grounding and inspiring. I didn't know what I was going to do with the space, but I knew that I was smart enough to figure out something. It took me a couple years to kind of come up with how I wanted to use the space and how I wanted to allow community to see this beautiful space. But I think what's been working has been working well. Several months ago, Airbnb contacted me and asked if they could feature my house as the most wish-listed Airbnb to stay at on their site. Most people who stay here is just, thank you for sharing the magic. And it's just, they're inspired, they want to go home and do unique things with their own homes, which is fun. And some people just like the fact that they can unplug here and dream. It was important to me to not have TV and to not have Wi-Fi. I think that people are so addicted to technology and feel this need to constantly be connected and constantly be sucked into a screen. I wanted to give myself and others the opportunity to have permission to unplug and just to be and be inspired by what someone has created and hopefully spark your own creative interests. We can kind of flip the house pretty quickly into more of an event space. Before every event, I make the crowd kind of collectively howl. Ow! Ow, ow! It's just such a magical space to host things. There's a lot of things that have happened here that are truly amazing. Legend has it, the window broke, and instead of replacing it, she made this mason jar window. People have just been dropping stuff off when they stay at the house, so they come to one of the events and they come in mind with something to put in the mason jar window, which I think is really sweet.
Did you buy the wolf head?
No, I did not buy the wolf head. I had 4 guys, I believe they were from Seattle, stay here, and when I came back, they left me a t-shirt with this gaudy wolf on it, and this wolf head was left on the staircase as well. I know that I'm in Minneapolis, but when I'm here, I don't feel like I'm in Minneapolis at all. I feel like I'm in my own little cave. You know, the garden is peaceful and transformative, and during the winter even, this house is still alive, and you can see with the trees and the rocks, and you feel really grounded and connected. I feel really lucky to have this space and to be the person who I actually have become friends with the previous owner, and I didn't know her at all, but I've gone out to Palm Springs a couple of times, and she's basically uses the language like I've inherited this gift, and I feel so lucky to be able to nurture the space and contribute to the space and share the space. It's just it feels like such a blessing.
Do you want to do it first, or do you want me to?
What? The wolf?
Howl.
Oh, I was like, I can't howl right now.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Sorry.
I will then. I'll howl.
Please.
And I hope I'll get a discount or something if I stay there if I howl, right?
Right.
I'm hoping.
It's cool. Don't you think like all just the art in it would just be so funky? Thank you, Jason.
For more information, head to wolfhouseminneapolis.com. It was pretty good, wasn't it, though?
Mm-hmm. That was a good.
That was a good howl.
Yeah.
She was cool, though. That's a great house.
Yeah.
You know what got me?
What?
No Wi-Fi or TV. I like that. I mean, look, I watched the. I would like that for a weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. Just right there in Minneapolis. You feel like you're just in, I don't know, a J.R.L. Tolkien universe or something.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this. Back in a moment. Don't forget to sign up and be part of the Jason Show virtual audience. Just go to the Jason Show Facebook page, Jason Show TV. Click the link we posted. Sign up for a certain day, and you will be a part of the broadcast. You can howl like a wolf like we can. You ready for the bubblegum goodbye mystery question?
I am.
Okay. Could I get a little more enthusiasm? Anyway, here we go.
Okay. Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing a guest has done at your house? Oh, I know right away what this is, and I will tell you when we come back. Back in a moment, everyone. It's almost the rudest thing a guest has done. Welcome back. Time for our mystery bubblegum goodbye question that came out of that machine right behind me. What's the rudest or strangest thing a guest has done at your house? Go.
So this was after college, which I think is an important part of this. But I was having some girlfriends over for just cocktails, like wine, in my brand new fancy apartment in the North Loop. And one of them had her boyfriend come over with his friend. And within 20 minutes of them being there, I heard them laughing in the bathroom. And I was like, what is going on? Apparently one of them had overflowed the toilet with my hand towel because they had run out of toilet paper. So they used my hand towel and put it in the toilet.
Okay, that's okay.
Disgusting and rude. You?
I had a party, and about 20, 30 people. I catered in Smack Shack with their lobster mac and cheese. And you can buy a big pan of it, and it's expensive. It's lobster for the love of Peter, Paul, and Mary. So a guest brought a guest. I didn't know this woman, and she proceeded, and I put out little appetizer plates. You know, for little portions, because it's not meant to be a meal.
Right.
It's meant to be a little appetizer.
Right.
Anyway, so she proceeded to go into my drawer and get a giant ladle, and she ladled and got a different plate, a bigger plate, ladled the lobster mac and cheese onto a plate, picked out the lobster, and then my cousin watched her systematically dump the mac and cheese into the garbage. Daddy wasn't happy. Let's just say I was not happy. And I've never invited that person in my home again.
That was my next question. Did you invite the person who invited her back again?
No, you shan't do that. Tray of beautiful mac and cheese that you have massacred. No.
Goodbye.
Sorry, Sally, I don't play that game. Tomorrow on the show, Stephanie Hansen is talking margs. Margaritas, where to get them, how to make them, blah, blah, blah. And then on Thursday, set your DVR. The winner of Jeopardy's Tournament of Champions, Sam Cavanaugh, is back. But right now, that's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. And happy Pride Month, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.